What's going on, guys? It's Dramon, and today we're going to be doing a performance review on the TP5 from Peak. You can get these for about $90 at sites like FamujiSneakers.com. And let me just tell you guys right now, with that price point, these are one of the best encore performers in terms of value, period. A big reason for that is because of its traction, which is composed of a dual rubber outsole that uses both solid and translucent rubber compounds. Overall, the experience was top notch with coverage in multiple directions, but with this particular setup, you can clearly tell that the solid rubber portions of the outsole far outperform the areas that use translucent rubbers. The good news is that there is a pivot point made out of solid rubber in the forefoot, and this is somewhat of a sweet spot for traction on a TP5, especially when you need to change directions on a dime. Every now and then I did have to wipe the outsole to free it of dust that it did attract, but overall this is one of those setups that you're gonna wanna have in your bag every time you go to the gym, just in case you play on a floor that isn't well maintained. Next up is a cushion, and once again Peak brings back their gradient dual foam technology in the forefoot. And to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to notice on feet, but I'm not really saying that in a bad way. If you're looking for something that's plush, bouncy, and explosive, you're not gonna get that here, since it's definitely a more low profile ride that favors quick guards who use speed to their advantage. Unfortunately, the energy return for Gradient Dual is lackluster when you compare it to something like Zoom, but Gradient Dual does give you enough protection your legs and knees need to prevent them from hurting at the end of the night. Do I wish they were a little bouncier? Yes. Do I wish they had more responsiveness? Yes, but what's used here does work, and they protected my legs perfectly fine despite having a more explosive game that demands impact protection. Moving along to the materials, Peak uses a modified version of their Peak Surface technology, which is definitely an upgrade from what they used last year on the TP4s. Instead of a plastic overlay across the entire upper, Peak moved those materials to the back and the heel area for more structure and support, while the forefoot is apparently a synthetic mesh material, but it honestly really feels more like a very tightly woven twill. It's flexible, it's comfortable, and durable enough to last a good amount of time whether you decide to ball indoors or out. Plus, there's a fused overlay in the medial forefoot for added durability. Unfortunately, your foot will be sitting underneath a neoprene underlay, kind of like a booty construction inside of the shoe, and it's very well padded, so it is extremely comfortable. It just eliminates any ventilation the TP5 would have had. As for the fit, I did go up half a size to an 11 because that's exactly what I did last year with the 4s. And even though I could have technically gotten away with a size 10.5, I am happy that it went up half a size. There is a little dead space in the forefoot area near the toe box, which, depending on how you see it, could be a good or bad thing. It didn't really bother me because the lockdown from the ribbon weaving lacing system was so good that any dead space the TP5s had, it was basically a non-issue. The midfoot and heel both provide a snug but not uncomfortable fit that I doubt would be very comfortable had I gone with my true size, so I do recommend going up half a size just to make sure that these don't end up suffocating your foot. Now for the support, this is where Peak really beefed things up, and the most notable change has to be this TPU overlay that sits in between the midfoot and the heel. This is what Peak calls a P-Boom catapult module, and it enhances foot stability without digging into your foot, which I know was a major concern a lot of you guys had in my initial review, but I am happy to say that this was a non-issue. I took some pretty hard cuts into TP5 and the P-Boom never really cut into my foot, although I do wish the lateral forefoot had a more prominent outrigger. The way your foot sits in the TP5, it's gonna favor the lateral side of the shoe, so I just do wish there was a little bit more stability in this area. But this is really just a nitpick, and the overall experience with the TP5 support system was solid. So to wrap things up, Peak once again knocks it out of the ballpark with the TP line. If you're looking for a shoe that sits low to the ground, has amazing traction and lateral support, pick these up. You're not gonna be disappointed. Just make sure you go up half a size, especially if you're a wide footer. You can get these for about $90, which is a steal in my opinion, and is easily the best performing shoe at that price point. Just don't expect a lot of impact protection and ventilation. But again, for $90, these are definitely worth a shot. Anyways, guys, that pretty much takes care of the performance review for the TP5. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll put purchase links to where you can pick these up in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Subscribe to this channel for more performance reviews just like this. My name's Jared. It's been great having you. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. You need to send a pair of the LeBron 15s to Queen Daenerys Targaryen, Mother of Dragons, Breaker of Chains, the true one queen of Westeros. Send her a pair of the LeBron 15s so she, the Mother of Dragons, can rock the LeBron 15s, because these look exactly like